It's episode 1286, and it's the Relevant Podcast here in sunny, warm Orlando, Florida. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from the tundra of Loverland, Virginia, it's Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
From Nashville, artist, producer, mogul, Derek Miner.
What up, though?
And just down the street there, our managing editor in a new apartment downtown, Emily Brown.
Hey, y'all.
So are you guys, we just behind the scenes, we're recording this on Friday, January 23rd. This comes out on Tuesday, a few days later. We're doing it a little early on Friday because of severe weather that is going to be sweeping the nation, at least for you guys. We here in Orlando will be 80 and 86 over the weekend. I'm going to go to a water park. But you guys are going to be in a frozen tundra. Are you ready? Are you prepared? How are you guys doing?
You know, I've gone through like the cycle of how prepared I should be. You know, like initially it was considerations about, a generator or firewood or non-perishable food. I got so overwhelmed by that conversation that Dana and I we just kind of put a pin in and said, I think we're just riding this one out. We're just going to go with what we got.
Dude. I'll just wing it. Like there's Cheez-Its on the shelf. We're good. Whatever.
I have friends who have generators. If I need to walk over to their house, I will. But I've decided it's just not worth the stress or the time investment, because I feel like it's like a 50% chance, no matter what the weather person tells you, it's 50% chance that they're just absolutely, it's a coin flip, But Derek, you guys are, or Derek and Emily, you guys are going to get hit. Are you taking any preparations here?
I made some soup last night that I will be heating up for the next few days, hopefully. I will say I feel fine, like resources wise, like you can only prepare so much. I do get emotionally nervous because I had to live through the Texas winter storm a couple years ago where I didn't have power for 6 days or running water for 5 days. So I do have like a slight PTSD every time there's like winter storm warning, but I am comforted knowing I'm no longer on the Texas grid system. So I don't think my power is going to be out for a full week. But there will be a lot of prayers over the next few days sure.
Has Ted Cruz left Texas already? Is it that bad of a storm?
Yes, he went to California this week, which is like, you know how like Waffle House, when they close, that signals the severity of a storm. Ted Cruz leaving Texas signals the severity of the storms in Texas. God bless Texas.
Because Texas, it operates basically like its own independent country on power, right? Like
on most things, but yes, especially the power grid.
They have their own grid system. By the way, I listened to this great podcast the other day. It was like a series. It was called Whole Other Country. And it was like about this really weird chapter in Texas history. When I say history, I mean like 30 years ago, not like 300 years ago, where there was this dude, and he was
there was a president, and he was in a motorcade, and he was driving through Dallas.
Oh, that's crazy word. That is insanity.
It was about this guy who like was looking at like property deeds of basically like desolate desert land, and these deeds had like changed hand. Like at one point it was going to be developed into something, it was going to be a resort, it was farmland, and he found discrepancies in property lines, and because of that he found some legal loophole where he could just claim it. And so he claimed all like a tremendous amount of land in Texas, and then decided that he was going to lead a secession movement and start the nation of Texas. And
let's go.
Not gonna lie, he got pretty far down the road with this thing. Like he had his own embassy. He had his own embassy. He had currency. He had a lot of people at one point that were like in on this thing. Now I will say this: it ended disastrously in an ill-fated shootout. No one was killed or anything. He's in prison now. But all I have to say is that Texas.
Shoot.
Wait, that I watched something about this. Like I remember he was like trying to recruit workers to help build compounds and stuff, and he was going to pay them in his own currency. And so then like
and a lot of people were accepting the currency. A lot of people were accepting it. Like he was during when this thing peaked, right? He had a lot of people like, this seems completely rational. And because all along the way he had used the court system and actually came to own a ton of land just through the court system. So people are like, this is some sort of legal genius.
And this is when you have to know what is the great Johnny Cash says. You gotta know when to hold them. You gotta know when to fold them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you already won by acquiring land that you paid no money for.
Yep.
You just colonized some land that was out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you gotta say, you know what? That's enough. But see, that's the problem with a gambler. Like, you gamble and you usually be like, you know what? I'm a double, triple, quadruple down, and then you wind up going to jail. Like it's literally the exact same thing. It's gambling.
It really is. He didn't know when to stop. He did not know when to stop. He couldn't just take the W. He wanted to literally be the president of his own nation. And like I said, he got shockingly close along the way. Like at one point he was I think George Bush was the governor, and he was demanding George Bush vacate the governor's mansion so that he could move in.
See, that's amazing. See, what you as Country Wayne would say, you
flew a little too close to the sun.
Right, you put too much dip on your chip. That's what it is. You already was there. You was there. You got a whole country's worth of land for free.
The irony is all of his land had a better power grid than the rest of Texas. So
I mean, this guy was a survivalist, so likely to. No, he's actually It was really funny. Again, people can go listen. It's called Whole Other Country. It's only about 6 episodes. If you're going on a long drive, I highly recommend it. Shout out to Marfa, Texas Public Radio, who produced it.
Yeah, Marfa.
Marfa. They make good culture out there. But the guy, he wasn't even a Texan. Like, he had moved there from another state, convinced he could.
So he's a colonizer,
start a winery.
Truly. Like that's amazing.
He wasn't even a Texan. He was just an opportunist. But that's sort of the Texas
I will say he's
spirit.
got that Texas spirit. So he was, spiritually he was a Texan.
It's so like, funny. Did you guys watch that? I don't know. I watched the first couple episodes of that Cowboys documentary on Netflix. That the Dallas Cowboys,
the puff piece, the vanity piece. I was like, I don't want to give it a view. I was like, we don't need content like that.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did. The first 2 episodes are about Jerry Jones and how he acquired the Cowboys, and it was funny listening to this other Texas show. Emily, you got me on this Texas kick because Jerry Jones was the same way. This is a guy who just stumbled into like an oil field, flipped the oil field for a pipeline, flipped the pipeline into an NFL team, and has just kept to your point, Derek. It worked out for him where he just didn't know where to stop. He still doesn't know where to stop. But you kind of got like, there are these Texas guys who there is no finish line. It is just the next thing and the next thing. And all of a sudden, Jerry Jones is getting the state of Texas to build,
Jerry World.
Yeah. And he just keeps doubling down somehow, and it's worked out for him.
There was a black girl that said something to me, and I don't know if this will stay in the pot, but she said, "Lord bless me with the confidence of a mediocre white man." And I just was
exactly
like, that's crazy, because it's just like it be these random dudes that's just like there's nothing really to this. This guy just had the unmitigated gall to say, you know what, I'm gonna start a whole nother country. First, I'm gonna do it by getting land for free with the court system. Like, we're gonna do that. He didn't have no special skill. He's like the only genius.
None.
Is his unmitigated gall to say,
just swag.
You know what? No, let me have that. Right. Just literally that. Just swag. Just like, you know what? Yeah, that's my land. I'll take it.
Well, there was an anecdote, and I'll probably misremember it from that, but did the same thing from that Jerry Jones documentary when he was like building the Cowboys. He wanted the Cowboys to be a brand, and he thought Nike was like cooler than, I think it was Reebok at the time that had the NFL deal. And he was just like, we're going to switch to Nike. And the NFL was like, no, we have a deal with it. He's like, I don't care. I'm switching. And Nike made his jerseys, and he was like, what are you going to do about it? And guess what? They couldn't do anything about it. Like, to your point, Derek, there's some people that just decide, I'm going to do this.
That's the Texas attitude, though. Like, come and take it. Like, that is the mentality of like, what are you going to do if I just do this? Like, you kind of call everyone's bluff.
We have kind of people in high levels of government that are kind of operating the country like that right now. Come stop me. What are you going to tell me? Who cares about the law? Who cares about Congress? I'm going to do what I want to
Well,
do.
even like another Texan Derek, what you're saying really is true. Like, if it's just like a dude that's just like, I don't know, but this is what I want to. Like Mark Cuban's origin story of, he wanted to listen to basketball games at work, and so he couldn't get the local radio broadcast. So his buddies would set up a microphone and they would transmit the like basically live stream the FM thing so that Mark Cuban could listen to it on his computer while he's working. Basically pirating FM radio over the internet. Yeah. And then they just started a company that did that, where you could just go.
Broadcast.com. Yeah.
And then he sold it for like $1 billion. And then he bought the Dallas Mavericks. And again, he's not really bringing anything to the table.
I will say Mark Cuban is actually brilliant, but
he's a lot. He's not mediocre.
That trajectory was lucky. That is and he sold right at the peak of the .com bubble. It all imploded right after that. Yahoo bought it, and then ended up it was broadcast.com, and they ended up flipping it years later for like $3 million or something. I mean, they lost their shirts on it, but that's how a lot of those deals happen.
Some of that too is there's a lot of brilliant people, but they're so smart they don't have the audacity to just say, you know what, I'm gonna try this, or I don't. It's like you overthink it, be like, no one's gonna like this, and it's like, but a mediocre person, it's just like everybody's gonna like this. Everybody's gonna like this. I don't have to have any research. I don't have to have any talent. I just like it. I think you're gonna like it, and you sell something for $1 billion, and then it's worth $3 million 3 years later.
But for every Cuban, you get the weird successionist that convinces him. The end of his story was, I mean, I thought it was funny. He ended up having a standoff. These things in Texas often end with a standoff, right?
Of course, a duel of sorts. Yeah.
And he was treating this as he would send people as his ambassadors to. Meanwhile, he's got a neighbor's family, this couple that he knew, his buddies down the street. He ended up, holding them hostage, essentially. Oh my God. And the sheriff's office, in the standoff, this is how the story ends, is negotiating the release. They don't want violence, So the guy drafts a peace treaty, and the treaty will give him this will give him like my legal country. And he tells the sheriff, as a representative of the United States, you sign this treaty, I will come out and end the standoff. And so the sheriff, they interviewed him. They were like, were you worried about the legal ramifications of signing a peace treaty with what they were claiming was a sovereign country? He's like, no, I just wanted the thing to end. So the guy signs the treaty, right? So they bring it to the house where the standoff is. And this dude, he thinks this is victory. He thinks I've done it. I've forced
They've
their
acknowledged
hand.
me as a sovereign nation. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And they put him in a police car, and he's waving to everybody as they drive him to the jail, thinking that he's about to
it's a technicality. Yeah, they're gonna go clear it up. Yeah.
Yeah. He's been in jail ever since.
But see, this is where he made his mistake. He did not realize that your contract is only as viable as your means to enforce it. Yeah. So the reason why if me and Cameron go into a contract that I can be confident that something will happen, because I can go to the court system and there's someone who will make Cameron enforce that. But when you're
can we be clear? That is a hypothetical situation where there's no situation where you're needing to. Okay, thank you.
But that's the reason why
I'm a win-win deal person.
Cameron can be confident that if I breach the contract, he can take it to a higher authority. The issue that this guy is you're trying to take on Texas with they have more guns than the whole United States and people, and it's you, and you're like, yeah, I got this paper. That paper means nothing. They have AR-15s and tanks.
You don't bring paper to a gunfight, obviously.
But you're bringing paper to a gunfight.
But Derek, the funny thing is, up until this point in this guy's story, that strategy had worked. Like he was just doing weird legal loopholes and acquiring things.
So wild.
He thought he was smarter. He thought he was smarter than brute force and money. Like, it's like that's what it is. Like, at some point in time, you just have to be dumb and realize that Texas is not going to let you take their land and start your own nation. Like, it's like that's a level of gall you just need to
it was where swagger and self-delusion collide in a very dangerous combo. But anyway, it was a real Texas story.
Dude,
you know,
I'm literally working my autobiography right now, and the working title is Swagger and Self-Delusion. So you know,
I love it. I love it.
Hey,
I love it.
We have a great show coming up today. Chris Pratt joins us. You might have heard of him. You know, he has a small little movie that just came out, Blockbuster, and Emily
Mercy,
talked to
right?
him.
Is that what it's called?
Mercy, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have been trying to get Chris Pratt for probably 10 years, ever since Parks and Rec. And we finally got him. So there you go. Chris Pratt's coming up.
And the first thing I talked to him about was Parks and Rec, I have to be honest.
Was he amendable to that?
He was. Well, so I told him that, which this is true, weeks ago, I started rewatching Parks and Rec. And so I kind of started off joking of like, I feel like I'm talking to Andy Dwyer, but I know I'm not. And he was like, no, I actually am kind of like Andy. But then we talked about how his role in this movie, it's a thriller about he plays a detective. He was like, this is more of a Burt Macklin role. So he was pretty excited about it.
Played along. What one of my favorite lines of his from Parks and Rec is when he became a movie star in between two seasons, they had to explain it was like when they went to DC. And they had to explain why all of a sudden he's a stunningly good-looking, in-shape man versus schlubby Andy Dwyer. And my recollection is Ben and him are walking up the stairs of a government building, and Ben's like, something like, "You look great. Like, how'd you lose so much weight?" And then he goes, "I stopped drinking beer." And Ben goes, "How much beer were you drinking?" And Andy goes, "I don't know, 75." And like that's all they acknowledge, and like that's where they left it, and that's all they acknowledged. Like he just stopped drinking 75 beer, and that's how he lost all of his weight. So anyway, so Chris Pratt's going up. We also have slices, and at the end we have a game called the Best Game Ever. It's a new thing, so hopefully we have time for it. But stay tuned right now after this break. It's Relevant Buzz. This episode is brought to you in part by 316 Financial, the official financial partner of Relevant. It's a big deal because it means Relevant has partnered with a bank that actually shares the same values and priorities as this community. Right now, 316 Financial is offering something just for Relevant listeners. If you open a new checking account by March 31st and set up direct deposits totaling $1,000 or more, you'll get $100. It's fully online, easy to set up, and available right now. Just go to bank316.com/relevant and use promo code RELEVANT2026. That's 316 Financial, Relevant's official financial partner. Again, go to bank316.com/relevant and use promo code RELEVANT2026. Banking services provided by 316 Financial, a division of Primis Bank, member FDIC. Okay, it's time for
Relevant Buzz.
Tell us what's happening at the intersection of faith and culture this week, Emily.
Okay, first thing I want to talk about, Netflix recently relaunched Star Search this month. That was a show from like the 80s and 90s that I obviously didn't watch it because I'm the youthful one on the show. But I assume it's like America's Got Talent.
It is, but it's like we're like Ryan Gosling. A lot of like the Mickey Mouse Club kids, they all like were on Star Search when they were children. It was like, for me, it was like on Saturday afternoons after morning cartoons went off at like noon. Star Search would come on, so I ended up watching it as a kid a lot. But
Nice.
it's a live Netflix event every night where people can vote and
Every
all that
week,
kind of stuff.
not every night.
Yeah, every week. Sorry,
Yeah. So the judges this time around are Chrissy Teigen, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Jelly Roll. And this week, last week, the second episode came out, and this guy named Bear Bailey came on stage, and he sang Jelly Roll and Braden Lake's song "Hard Fought Hallelujah."
A little context I heard on the clip because when we pulled this clip, I watched that part of the episode. But they scheduled this contestant Bear to perform before Jelly Roll was attached to the show, so he picked "Hard Fought Hallelujah" before Jelly Roll was a judge.
Wow.
And the host made sure that everybody knew that. Like, it wasn't like him kissing up to Jelly Roll. So like, you need to know that context when you see about what you're about to show us.
Yes, yeah. So he was really moved by it. And just during his feedback, he just had a really powerful message to share. And he started preaching a little bit, and we were really excited about
the
it.
gospel. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want y'all to hear what he had to say.
I prayed this morning. I said, God, give me an opportunity to talk about you. What I just seen was a room full of people that might not have ever felt it before, but that is called the Holy Spirit of God. What God has done, He is a redeemer. He is for everybody. Jesus is for everybody. He doesn't hate anybody. He loves everybody, and that's what He stands for. I'm sharing you. The voice wasn't crazy. You took my song and made it your song.
What's crazy is Bear's story is actually a lot like Jelly Roll's story, and he'd shared it. Obviously, you saw the face tats and stuff. He grew up in the church and then got addicted to drugs and lost everything, and now lost everything. And he hit rock bottom in jail and decided he wanted, he needed to turn his life around, gave his life to the Lord. He has a kid, and he's just like, and so he came on the show and he sang Hard Fought Hallelujah. The whole place was in tears. I mean, like Chrissy Teigen, everybody, they were cut to the audience because it was so powerful, because he was crying out because of his testimony. And like Jelly Roll was sobbing, and like they had to go to the other judges first and they were in tears too, but Jelly Roll like couldn't compose himself. He was so moved by the performance. So it was just really powerful. And then just springboarded to say, like, he prayed like, Lord, I would just want to talk about you. And then he just shared the gospel. It's beautiful.
Ironically though, it was a really moving moment, but I will say, ironically, Jelly Roll did not pass him to the next round. So
that is not true. He got 5 stars all the way across. So yeah.
no, but seriously, you were a little pitchy.
Out of spite. It's like, you didn't ask me for permission.
That actually would be so funny though.
Yours wasn't as good as mine. I'm not going to reward that.
No, he does the whole thing word for word just like that, and he goes, "But seriously, you were a little pitchy."
1 star.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. This is not the conversation.
A charity case here. Anyway, all right. What else, Emily?
Okay, moving on. There's an interesting music trend that I wanted to share with y'all. So Music Match, which is a music data company, they released a report this week after analyzing 25 years of Billboard Hot 100 songs. They discovered that every year songs are getting sadder and sadder. So songs, they tracked these songs based on like emotional themes. Songs that were tagged as like angsty have jumped about 13 percentage points in the last 20 years.
But I mean, I'm thinking the 90s, grunge, I mean, emo
So
in the
I
early
will say,
2000s.
like I said, this is the last 25 years. So it's the Billboard Hot 100.
So maybe, yeah, but like My Chemical Romance and the emo stuff was charting back then. Anyway, well, go ahead. Sorry. But you're saying now it is the saddest.
It's the saddest music. So it's jumped, like I said, like 13 percentage points.
You know what it
songs.
is? You know what it is? It's all that country. There's country all over the top 100 now. And what are they singing about? Their dog got killed. Their woman left them. They're dealing with, they're drunk and sad and alone. I mean, that's country in a nutshell. That's what's happening.
There is a lot more country music. Yeah.
You just blame it on country.
I mean, they got problems and they're singing about it. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe. I will say the chart does know, they specifically analyze what is popular, not necessarily what's produced. So, like I said, like there are other songs obviously that are not about angst or heartbreak or despair or your dog, whatever's happening in that country song. I don't know what you're referencing, but
he has dog leukemia and he's dying, and he was his best friend, and he had to put him out. He had to put him down that day, and he's in his truck driving the dirt road home, thinking about how much he's going to miss his best friend.
He thought he had a legitimate shot at secession for an entire state, and
just,
turns
out
it's all backfiring.
Going to prison.
My dog died. I tried to secede from the government, and now I'm in jail. I mean, it's just, a typical thing.
Does that guy still own the land, or did he have to sell it? Did he have to
he's
get rid
in
of
jail, and evidently he's still pursuing. Like he's been like defiant.
Never give up, kids.
He's still
trying to bribe
himself.
the jail guys with his own currency.
That's basically what they made it.
Do it that way.
Yeah, I mean, he's never let go of the dream.
Troop bucks. Yeah. All right, go ahead, Emily. Sorry.
Okay, moving on from that, I do have another study I want to talk to y'all about from Talker Research. They found that 63% of Gen Z are intentionally disconnecting from their devices these days, which is the highest rate of any generation that was surveyed.
I believe it.
We sick of it. They sick of it. I don't blame them. Really, I'm gonna be honest. Bots have ruined the internet. Like the internet is bots talking to bots, bots making content, and then bots talking to bots about the content that was made, and then people
Yeah.
acting like the bots because they're
You know what?
getting all their scripts from Chat GPT. Like everything is just the internet is dry, and when I say dry, I mean it's bad right now.
As a content creator, did you see what Adam, the CEO of Instagram, said in his recent update? He said his prediction for 2026 and for the algorithm for Instagram is that imperfect, rough content will be the primary thing that is popular, because AI is making perfect content, and so people will not know if this is a well produced clip or something, if it's real or if it's human. And he said, like off the cuff, rough, I just hold my phone up, almost like TikTok-y stuff, is more human. And so
Yeah.
Instagram is going to turn into that too, because people will crave something they know is human. To your point,
Yeah.
that we're sick of the AI and the bots and the fake content. So
I'm
Well,
sick
yeah,
of it. My uncle has found AI, and
the flashy uncle.
Yes,
That's
and it's like it's the oh my god, me and my mom were talking, and she was just like, I'm so sick of your Uncle Fred posting all this AI. She said she had to make sure. Black women always say, like, emphasize one word. She had to make sure the I in AI was the AI. Everything. Did you see the cartoon that he just made? And I just was like, yeah, my mom. I'm almost about to block him. I ain't gonna lie. Like it was like, it
And
was
if you
cool.
lose Derek's mom, it's over. I mean, if she's out,
when it's over with. Well, I'm saying no. I told her I almost was about to block him. Like we collect. It's like, man, get off of this. Like the moment Sora came out and just making really, really high quality stuff or whatever,
yeah,
really
big videos.
accessible, or yeah, that you ruin the internet.
Now,
Like, 'cause
I will say,
animation used to be fun. It's not fun anymore. Like,
what were you saying, Emily? Because
I want to say one thing really quick that I thought was interesting, because, so like I said, this study, they surveyed all generations to ask like kind of how you feel about phones. And the question was, are you intentionally trying to disconnect from your phone? And like I said, 63% of Gen Z said that. 57% of millennials said that. 42% of Gen X said that. Only 29% of baby boomers said that they didn't want to be on their screens as much.
Oh, they
over.
love it.
And like, we talk so much about like
The internet's
iPad.
gonna be bots and baby boomers. Yeah,
That's
I'm out.
what's,
We're good.
like, people talk about like iPad babies, and I'm like, we need to talk about the iPad grandpas, because they are like really keeping the internet alive in a terrible way.
Yeah. Derek, you mentioned Sora. From its peak, where everybody was playing with it and making all those terrible videos, I read 2 days ago that their daily usage and user creation has dropped 97%.
good.
3% of the
Good.
people who are using it are still using it.
Good.
I think people are like, oh, that's a fun toy, and they moved on.
Good.
We don't want this. I think people are like rejecting this fake stuff. Hopefully.
I'm sick of that. I'm sick of AI music. I'm sick of every time
Yeah.
AI music has a sound and I hear it and I'm just like, that's an AI. Like literally a producer sent me a song and said, hey, I want you to get on this song. It's a remix. And I heard the vocals. I was like, is that AI? He was like, oh yeah, it's just a rough demo. I'm gonna get somebody else to say. I'm like, no, you weren't.
You tried to pass it
Yeah.
off.
No,
Yep.
you weren't. Like,
Yeah.
I could tell. I'm sorry, Jesse. I cut you off.
Was that your
No,
uncle?
no.
Was that your uncle trying to
No,
get
it
you on
wasn't
the
my
song?
uncle,
No, I'm joking. I'm
but
joking.
yeah, he about got blocked. That guy almost got blocked too.
I will say the one demo that this is just, it's been a revolution for. The amount of boomers that have had their minds blown by, encountering just one of those ridiculous AI videos that it just doesn't occur to them that it's fake, like
Right.
just they're casually scrolling and they see a video of like an ambulance going down the highway, the hospital bed coming, flying out the back, doing a flip
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
jumping over like an on-ramp. They're like, you are not going to believe what I saw today. I mean,
Yeah, bro.
every day is just, their minds are blown by
I saw a TikTok video of it was like in a church, like the cross with like Jesus hanging on it, and the AI video had Jesus get off the wall and then like jump across the pews or like run across the pews. And one of the comments was like, "You guys are laughing, but someone's grandma out there generally thinks Christ just came back and is doing backflips off the pews." And it was funny because it was like someone really does think like this is how Christ came back to rescue
like,
us.
This is cooked, dog. This is the internet is cooked, y'all.
There's a whole generation that believes that there's just been a surge in freak bungee jumping accidents since like the beginning of AI, you know.
Oh, these poor people. Okay, well, speaking of AI, we can move on to my Chris Pratt interview because his movie, AI is its own character in it. If you haven't seen the previews for this movie, Mercy, the premise is Chris Pratt plays an LA detective living in the kind of near future, like probably like 2029, something like that. And he has been accused of murdering his wife. And in this future, if you have been accused of like a really heinous crime, you appear before an AI mercy court. And you have this AI judge who is completely objective, doesn't have any emotions, is just looking at the facts. And you have 90 minutes to prove that you're either innocent or guilty. And so I won't spoil how it ends, but that's kind of the premise of the film. And I personally thought this was a really interesting film for Chris to tackle because what it boils down to is you have to prove to these people who kind of think you're guilty that you're actually innocent. And I think as a celebrity, especially for someone like Chris, he's faced so much with people having a definitive opinion about him that might not necessarily be true, but he has to prove to them or possibly prove to them like what you think about me is actually not true. I know who I am. And so I wanted to ask about that. Like, how does he handle opinions or narratives about him that he knows aren't true? And he actually had some really good biblical wisdom to share.
I kind of rely on this biblical wisdom, Proverbs 26:20, for lack of wood, the fire will go out. Where there is no whisperer, quarreling ceases. So I give it time, you know, so I see something about myself that's not true. And, you know, I understand why it's out there because this algorithm driven passive entertainment is really meant to just capture our attention. Nothing captures our attention more than being morally righteous where we are not the person that we're judging. You know, it's very easy to have a very strong moral opinion about somebody else. And you can be presented with a narrative that puts you into that posture, that makes you a very lucrative target for these big businesses to kind of mine your attention and keep you focused. You might get in that comment section and be like, I'm going to spend 45 minutes kind of with my diatribe of why this person is wrong, you know? And so it's kind of America's pastime now is judging things from a point of view of righteousness. And so for me, I give it 36 hours. That's kind of the new news cycle. And then if it doesn't go away, I give it another 36 hours. And I can do that 36 times. And if it's still not gone away, it's only been 6 weeks. And then usually things go away by 6 weeks. And if not, I may address it. There's been instances where I've had to address it. But otherwise, you have to kind of divorce yourself from it and understand, like, that Proverbs, that wisdom, like, you can't really put out fire with gasoline, you know?
I always feel bad for him. Like I remember 5 years ago when there was negative headlines about Carl Lentz. It was like, and he's, you know, connected with Chris Pratt, who goes to a homophobic, bigoted cult in LA. And it's like, Chris Pratt goes to Chad Beach's church. He doesn't go to Hillside. Like, it's just like, it was just wrong. And like, he can't defend himself against the internet. So.
And it's all because in Avengers, half of the world got snapped away because he got mad.
That's right.
And he let Thanos get the Infinity Stone to complete the gauntlet. Had he not done that, he'd have never. People would love him to this day. Like, it's all because I just want to let y'all know that's.
I actually think you are right. Like, I've never made that connection, but I think people actually are really mad that he was the reason for.
They're serious.
Spoiler alert! I haven't seen it.
Mr. Stark, it's been like 9 years. Yeah. It's over.
Yeah,
like,
it's quite literally one of the biggest films of all time. Yeah.
No, I think we tried to watch it when you and your sons
get snapped away, bro. It's your fault.
When you and your kids came and stayed with us, I think we put that movie on, and I fell asleep about 5 minutes into it. I didn't see it, so
yeah.
I
Have
tried
you
to see
ever
it.
not fallen asleep in a movie? You fall asleep.
All right. No, I've fallen asleep in 2 movies. That one, the Endgame one, because it was too long, and Barbie.
Narcoleptic.
And Barbie. Those are the only 2 movies in my life I fall asleep in. Barbie and Avengers.
I feel like
about more movies.
I was gonna say, I feel like both those movies worked pretty hard to keep your attention. So, you must be very tired.
It was a long day. I was very tired. Anyway, what else did Chris say?
Moving on. So I obviously just wanted to hear more about his faith. He's always been very outspoken about it, but I just wanted to hear kind of directly, how has his faith impacted his career? And he said that it's really given him a purpose in his career, that, early on he wanted to make people laugh, and he might do that in a more provocative way, which I will say Andy's character's a little more provocative than I remember in Parks and Rec early seasons. But now he recognizes that he has something really meaningful that he can actually do with his career, and he wants to use it that way. I'll let you hear what he had to say about that.
I'm trying to be a light, like Matthew 5:14. I am a light in this world, and you can't hide it. And so how it's affected my life is just by basically using my platform periodically to express my faith. I don't know if that's had an impact on me as a commodity, but I can tell you it has had an impact on people who've come up to me in the street and said hey, that's really cool you say that. Maybe I'm affirming some of the 99, but I'm also really hoping that there's the one out there who's who's been praying for a sign, and they see an Instagram video of me and they're like, maybe that's the sign. I love the idea that this whole thing was orchestrated so that I could help, bring God into people's lives. I think that would be the greatest outcome. Even if I never worked again, that was all I was known for. That would make me feel good. I feel really good about that.
I love it.
Go Chris.
Go Chris.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll stop it there because this is a teaser. That was a teaser. There was a taste. It was a morsel of our cover story that's coming out this week. The new digital issue of Relevance coming out. Chris Pratt's going to be the cover, and you will get a full in-depth conversation and feature with him. So you don't want to miss that. Follow us on the socials, and you'll know which day it's coming out, because I don't yet know what day it's coming out. So you'll know when we know. So there you go. All right. Thanks, Emily. Check out relevantmagazine.com for more of those stories. All right. Stay tuned. Up next, it's a quick slices, a 5-minute slices. Okay. It's time for
Slices.
All right. What do you have, Jesse?
All right, I'm going to keep this one quick because there's really just one element that I wanted to talk about in this story. It's Hasbro is planning on moving its headquarters from the state of Rhode Island to Boston. Now, the reason this is notable is because Rhode Island offers a very jovial vanity plate, which features Mr. Potato Head on it to honor Hasbro. Okay,
so they're going to leave that behind?
Well, let's just say lawmakers in Rhode Island are not happy about this move, and they have decided that they said that the state will suffer untold economic harm and loss of tax revenue because of this headquarters move of Hasbro, and they are outraged. And even though the Mr. Potato Head vanity plate, which costs $40, is wildly popular, half of that $40 goes to support the Rhode Island Community Food Bank. So it raises this Mr. Potato Head has in recent years, that food bank has gotten over $60,000 in revenue from the Mr. Potato Head license plate, right?
Oh my God.
It is feeding the people of Rhode Island so that people can have. Lawmakers don't care. They don't care. They're canceling the plate. And this is my favorite quote. It's from Representative Brian Newberry from North Smithfield. This was his quote to the local paper. There's no reason we should be advertising their products on our license plate. It may seem trivial compared to other things, but this is a matter of self-respect. Mind you, this matter of self-respect is about a Mr. Potato Head license plate. And I love it that this lawmaker, this is the hill he's dying on. Like, I can take a lot, but we're not giving you the Mr. Potato Head license plate.
I'm here for it. That's a spite plate. I love it. Like, we're not going to have your potato head plates. Spite. I'm shutting it down.
I'm sorry.
Those kids are going hungry because of you. Yeah.
America's a joke. This is like a bad joke.
Wait, the whole time you were talking, I was trying to think. I don't think I've ever seen a Rhode Island license plate.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, you haven't been to Rhode Island.
You gotta make it. You gotta
small
stand
state.
tall.
Yeah.
Let's say if you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. Man. It's just at some point in time, you gotta make a stand.
Enough is enough, Mr.
Spite
Potato
plate.
Head.
No more potato head.
I hope that they're taking some tips from the Texas guy who was trying to like maybe they can, I don't know, recreate that in Rhode Island. I don't know
Yeah.
what a Rhode Island person's like. I'm going to be honest, but
Yeah.
No. All right. What do you have, Derek?
Well, since we're on the topic of Texas and and petty lawmakers and things of that nature, let's go on down to Florida, where a man has a felony for attacking a person with a ketchup packet. So
felony?
Hey,
yeah.
If I had a nickel, you know what I'm saying? Who hasn't? Yeah.
So, Florida man is facing up to 5 years behind bars after allegedly turning a ketchup packet into a felony weapon thanks to a prior conviction. So he already had a felony, and I guess this guy was asleep, and someone woke him up. And when the guy woke him up, he threw a ketchup packet at him. Guy got some ketchup on his jacket, and normally it would be a misdemeanor, but because this guy has a prior felony record, it's been elevated to a felony. So hey, putting the real ones behind bars, like
law and order.
Wait,
you know what I'm saying? There's no tolerance.
Right, doing real police work here.
Wait, it's a misdemeanor to throw ketchup at someone?
Listen,
I had no clue, but it's a misdemeanor assault.
It's got to be
If you
some
hit in Florida to hit somebody with a
legal.
ketchup packet.
me on basketball road trips with the team, we go to McDonald's, then I should have been locked up because I was the king of you take the big McDonald's straw and you take the little the pickles off the McDonald's hamburger and you could like put them in there and you turn it the other way and it's like a blow dart and it was like, and I would be hitting, I mean, like precision across the restaurant. I could like ta 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 with pickles. I was hitting people with pickles. And no, I never got caught.
See, you're blessed. They don't put the real criminals away. They put the ketchup packet.
It's because you did it with the confidence of a mediocre white man, and so that's why.
Right.
You did it.
I was like, I can get away with a pickle dart. You can't get away with a whole ketchup packet. You flew too close to the sun.
From the video, it looks like this is it's a white guy. So it's like. I'm like, man, that white privilege didn't work.
He didn't have that confidence.
He didn't have. The problem was confidence in that case.
Yeah.
Speaking of mediocrity,
confidence.
Speaking of mediocrity, real quick, I've told you guys before when I was at the DMV, I was waiting in line and they had the Virginia vanity plates, and they have cool ones like Save the Bay, the Surfrider Foundation, and then you just have one that it literally just has a horse head on it and it just says at the bottom, horse enthusiast. Like it doesn't say like save the horses. And it's like, I'm just letting people know I'm enthusiastic about this animal. I just appreciate that it's a vanity plate that some people own,
I know Tennessee has the Dolly Parton vanity plates. And then
look, that's lit.
I think that's the only I can't think of any other ones.
We have a brand new redesigned Orlando Magic one. I'm getting a new card this spring, and I'm absolutely getting that one. It's very cool. But we have some weird ones too. Obviously, all this I just pulled them up. Florida has Ducks Unlimited. It's just a duck head, and it says Ducks Unlimited on it.
Sure.
One with a dog and a cat, and it says Animal Friend.
Yeah, see, all
one that says
whack.
Bonefish. One just says Bonefish, and it's
cool.
Hey, we have a horse. We have a horse on a beach with the ocean behind it. The horse is just walking around, and it says "Discover Florida's Horses."
But see, that makes sense. Horse enthusiast is not about horses; it's about the driver. It's like I just want people like all those are saying these are things that causes and things I support. The horse enthusiast is just like you need to know something about me. If
that's
there's
a
one
true
thing I
vanity
get
plate.
very enthusiastic about, it's horses in general.
That is true. Yeah, we have a lot of environmental ones, a lot of animals.
Now we have a pirate
and...
plate that says "Crusade Against Darkness." I don't know.
Oh,
it's like
what?
A skull. It's a skull
cool.
and crossbones.
That's pretty cool.
And,
yeah,
and it says "Crusade Against Darkness." That probably would be the only one I got. Everyone else is like.
You want to get the Dolly Parton one?
A bunch of UT plates. Yeah,
we have one. We have one that just says "Family Values" on it, not to be confused with Family First, which is a separate plate. So we have Family First and Family Values as two separate plates.
Interesting.
Oh, we also have a Challenger space shuttle one. That's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Now the one I've seen a lot is the agriculture one in Tennessee. It's like a farmhouse on the right, and then there's I've seen that one a lot.
Oh, we have another horse one, but this one's on a ranch, and it just says Horse Country.
Well,
Horse Country on that one.
In Tennessee fashion, we got the Sons of the Confederate Veterans. You know we
There
was
it
gonna have that
is.
one.
There it
Oh
is.
That's the best. Hey, look, we knew that was gonna be here.
When I moved to Tennessee, the flag still is a
man.
little bit of a jump scare for me because it is obviously very Confederate-y looking, and I still get confused sometimes.
We have one. I'm not lying. It's of a tropical setting, and it just says Margaritaville on it.
Oh
love
yeah,
it.
that's it.
I love
That's
it.
the one.
That
That's the
person's
one.
getting pulled over for DUI every
That's the
week.
one. But
Like
that's the one.
Every-
That's the
just
one.
checking. Yeah.
That's the one.
Margaritaville. Yeah, just check it. You look like somebody who's
Yeah.
really enthusiastic about your margaritas. Just
You
check it. Yeah.
cannot swerve at all in a lane.
No.
I wish another state would randomly just release a Mr. Potato Head, and they're like, why? They're
Out
like,
of spite.
yeah, not because they're home to Hasbro or have any meaningful relationship with the toy. It's just like, I don't know, man. I just kind of wanted that in rotation, you know.
I love it. All right. That'll do it for Slices and your license plate update. Stay tuned. Up next, we have the game, the best game ever. Okay, so here's the game. I don't have a jingle. Here's the game. It's called Best Game Ever, and I am just going to tell you, I'm going to give you a category, and you have to tell me the best thing. And it's so we didn't want to do negative. We want to highlight the positive, the good things. We want good news, not sad music. We want good, positive things. So it's the best thing ever. So
right.
Jesse, we'll start with you. What's
Okay.
the best thing to smell but not eat? Best thing to smell but not eat.
Candle,
Oh, that's good.
scented candle, you know.
What
Mhm.
scent?
I love a good
Ah.
scented candle.
I like the pine personally. It feels like the holidays.
Christmas was a good time for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Emily, what is
though?
Emily, what's the best sound effect to make with your mouth?
Ooh, a lot of options here. I'm a personal fan of.
Horse enthusiast.
What is that?
So the clopping.
Yeah, I don't know. Clacking? I don't know.
Horse enthusiast.
The
Horse
horse enthusiast
enthusiast.
sound. Yeah.
They know.
Okay,
Fellow
Derek, the
horse
best.
enthusiast.
They know. It's their call when they see each other at a red light. They just do that to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the rubber ducks
Derek-
for Jeeps, you know.
Yeah, exactly. The head, yeah. Derek, the best pizza topping combination that sounds weird but works.
I mean, I'm a pineapple on pizza guy.
Are you?
Yeah, I mean, I just think I think pineapple and is great on pizza. So yeah, it works. It's good.
Jesse, best decade for fashion.
I got to go 90s, man. You had
Come
the
on, man. We
starter
already know.
jackets, you know.
Yeah.
Again,
Already
watching that
know.
Cowboys documentary, I was like, dude, all starter was, yeah, I got to go 90s.
I'm a big 1880s person. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Emily.
Stovepipe hats. That era.
Yeah.
Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
Emily, best animal that would be terrible as a pet.
I mean, I'm thinking about that monkey documentary all the time. So I kind of want to say monkey, but I'll either go monkey or lion. Just something that would kill you. So either one of those.
Yeah. Derek, best texture. Like crunchy, smooth, fuzzy texture. Best texture.
Silky smooth.
Ooh.
I don't know. What's the
Yeah,
context?
That's,
It's just
that's,
you
that's
know,
the winner. That's the winner.
Put some Versace on my body, baby. You know what I mean?
Jesse, best useless talent to have.
Oh, best use probably being like a really good juggler, you know, like
Yeah.
because you could be at a party or something, be like, hey, you want to see me juggle?
Yeah. Hand me that glass. Hand me that plate. Hand me. Yeah.
No
yeah.
one wants to see it. No one cares. Literally, no one's like, hey, sweet, my buddy's a great juggler. It's like, oh, okay,
Emily, you're an editor. Best punctuation mark.
Ooh. I love a good semicolon. Something
You
about
would.
it just feels real nice.
I'm an M dash type of guy before AI, before chat.
I know, ruined
See,
it.
I
ChatGPT
love
ruined
N-Dash,
it.
but I've used it before, and people have said like, "Oh, did AI write this?" And I kind of want to punch them in the face when they ask me that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't use it.
Yeah.
I don't use it.
Derek, best number between 1 and 10.
Well, 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
What
That's
What about 4? Like,
'Cause
can
it-
we consider that?
No,
That's
7. Just because
number of
7 looks
perfection.
cool.
God's number. Yeah.
Everyone always
Shondo.
says 7, and I think I'm not trying to be a contrarian, but I guess maybe deep down I am, because like, let's give some other numbers a chance. You know?
No.
See, because
Yeah.
I think
There's
I'm
winners
curious,
and
like,
there's
is
losers.
the
and
number
7's a winner.
is the number like kind of you think you are like I'm a 7 and Emily you're saying you're a 4? I mean, no, have
No, I would
better
never say I'm a
self-esteem.
4.
Be a 9, be a 10. You know, like don't be a 4. Anyway, Jesse, best age to be.
Best age, probably like 11 years old. You know, you don't really have to worry
Oh.
about too much. You know, you can play outside, ride bikes. 11's pretty great. You're not quite in middle school yet. You're one of the older kids at the elementary. I got to go like 11.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Emily, best dinosaur.
I'm gonna go with the long neck one. I don't remember what they're actually called, but I just remember Land
Brontosaurus?
Before.
Brontosaurus. Yeah.
Thank you. I just remember
Brontosaurus. There you
in
go.
Land Before Time.
They're vegetarians.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
Mm.
mellow. Pretty mellow. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to hurt anybody.
giraffes cousins. They seem nice.
Derek, best way to waste time.
Best way to waste time?
Mhm.
Oh,
Listening to
watching
this
anime.
podcast.
It's great.
Oh.
Yeah.
My son would agree with you. He has gotten
I
hooked
thought you were gonna say make AI videos for your nephew.
for his uncle.
For his uncle, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's the worst use of wasting time. Like
Exactly.
it's the worst
Exactly.
use of wasting time.
All right, well that'll do it for. I like that. Best game ever. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit like and subscribe and do the thumbs up and do the things and tell your friends and post about it on social and help us get word out. If you're listening to the show, thanks for still listening. Make sure to check out Relevant this week. We will be releasing our new issue. Chris Pratt's on the cover. It is a pack lineup. We'll tell you more about it next episode. But you're the first to know, Chris Pratt. And on that, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Derek Miner.
I'm Emily Brown.
Be safe in the cold this week, y'all. We'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Leave your water pipes
right.
dripping. Cut your faucets on. Let them drip a little bit. Or you're gonna wake
Pro
up
tip.
with a bad day.
We should have done a cold weather tips with Derek. Here we go. Salt your driveway. Just go out there with
Salt your
stick.
driveway. Let the pipes drip a little bit so you can wake up with some water in the morning.